I'm Caroline George. I'm joined by head coach Doug Pinkerton. We're going to talk about the Delta State cross country team, the review for this season. Thanks for joining us, Coach.
Glad to be here.
All right, so tell us about how the season went overall for you this year.
Overall, it was a pretty good year. We didn't finish kind of like we really had goals and expectations to, but basically due to a few injuries and a couple girls being sick. But overall, I was proud of the girls, their effort, and had a couple good meets this year. And so now our season's over. Looking forward to doing a little recruiting, getting ready for next year.
Speaking of illnesses, Annalee Pierce, one of your top runners this year, ran 3 races with mono. Kind of tell us about how that was.
Well, very unfortunate. Annalee's probably one of the toughest girls I've ever had run, and really had come in really good shape, and just ended up with mono. I've never had a mono before. Crazy, got 2 this year, but she went to the doctor, found out she had mono, but she said, I'm still running. He told her he would monitor, and he did, and everything was okay. She was 13 seconds from her PR that first race, which just shows you how tough she was, and ended up PRing her time, not a personal best 5K time, but PRing her conference time at Hoover this year. So just proud of her and her work and her effort to finish up strong, and actually looking forward to her being my graduate assistant. So hopefully that'll rub off on some new runners than the ones we have now. So.
All right, so kind of building off of that, Annalee was named to the second team All-GSC for the second year in a row, and she also finished first for the Lady Statesman in every race that she competed in this year. So kind of tell us about what it's like to coach someone like her.
Well, you don't have to worry about them. You know they're going to put the work in, and they're going to give you everything they got every race. And it'd be great to have 10. I got a lot of good girls this year. But to have a runner like that for 4 years is definitely something special, and know that she's going to graduate and be successful. So, our conference is definitely getting faster. So to get that again this year is a big honor for her. And I was proud for her because of the fact that she kept working hard, battling, mono, and ended up getting all conference. Just showed her work paid off.
Another one of your top runners this year was another senior, Tressa Lamb. She PR'd twice this season, so kind of tell us what that was like to coach her.
Yeah, good senior year for Tressa. Tressa really kind of worked hardest this year, her senior year, and it definitely paid off. I think she broke her 6K PR time, I think by like 1:55, which was really great, and then almost right at a minute PR for 5K, and really ended up well for her, and finishing second for us at conference. And just excited for her because she battled a few injuries last year and actually had her IT band had really been bothering her the last couple of weeks. So, it's just good to see these girls end up their senior year, knowing that they did their best, and that's all you can ask for.
Right. Your 3 freshmen you had this year, Anna Poteet, Madison Nash, and Hannah Register, definitely kind of showed out for their first collegiate season as a cross-country runner. Tell us about what that says about the upcoming years for them.
They did pretty well, and if you ask them, though, they're not happy, which is good for me. So they definitely want to get better. But, freshmen coming in from high school to college is a big adjustment, especially with the fact that in Mississippi they only run 4K. And we move up to 5K, 6K, and we actually had 2 6Ks this year.
Right.
And which is, it's a lot longer when you go from 2.5 to 3.78 miles. It's a big adjustment for freshmen. So they worked hard. They're not happy, and which is good. That means they'll definitely work hard this spring. Definitely looking forward to them to improving, and the fact that they want to get better is knowing it's going to be better to coach them. So we're looking forward to them and recruiting hard, and excited about who we got coming back and the possibilities of who's coming in. So.
All right. Well, you talked a little bit about the conference, the Gulf South Conference that Delta State is in. Union and Shorter are going to be done with their transition phase and will be fully eligible next season. So tell us about what the competition is going to be like next year with them joining.
A lot tougher. Union coming through the first mile at conference meet this year. They had 5, I think, in the top 10. And they're going to be tough. Shorter's definitely going to be tough. you're dealing with programs pretty much that are fully funded, and so we're doing the best we can with what we have. But we know that it's going to even be that much more challenging for us. So we got a lot of hard work ahead of us, especially in recruiting and trying to get kids in here that can continue with who we have to help us get that much faster, because it just got a lot tougher.
What are you looking for when you are recruiting?
Well, several things. Number one, time. A girl that's been consistent and put out some good times. And our conference now to compete used to be if you had 3 or 4 girls that could run the 20s and you had one in the 19, you were going to be pretty good. Now we got our conference has kids running in the high 17s and the 18s. And so, speed, a kid that I want a kid that wants to run is the biggest thing. There's a lot of kids that come out of high school that had run in high school, but when you make that transition from high school to college, you find out really if you like to run. And so kids that like to run, kids that are dedicated, really enjoy the sport, and good attitudes, and team players. So, and sometimes we're lucky and get several of those, and hopefully we can get some more.
Now let's get the runner's perspective. I'm joined by senior runner Annalee Pierce for the Delta State cross country team. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
All right, tell us about the 2013 season.
It was a tough season. We had girls get ill and just injuries, but we did 100% as good as we could have done, and so I think we all gave it 100%, so we have no regrets.
Speaking of illness, you ran 3 races this season with mono. Tell us about what motivated you to continue to run.
It was my senior year, and I just knew I wanted to give it my all, and at least I wanted to make first team all GSC, so that's kind of what motivated me to keep going. I've kind of always had that goal for myself.
Awesome. Well, you definitely ran 110%. You finished first every race for Delta State this year. Kind of tell us about what that was like.
It was very different because normally I've been second or third on the Delta State team. So, I guess it was an honor, and I had a lot of fun this season even though I was sick. So I really enjoyed my senior year.
Awesome. Well, you were second team All GSC for the second year in a row. So tell us about what that honor is like for you, especially going out on top as a senior.
It was awesome. That race, I just went into it just really with the right mindset and really thinking positive, and I was wanting to run my hardest, and I got my PR for that course. And so I really just think I gave it my all. I don't think I could have done any better than what I did, so I was really proud.
Great. So what are your plans for next year?
I'm going to stay at Delta State, and I'm going to get my master's in business, and I'm going to be the GA for the cross-country team.
Awesome. So you'll still get to be around the girls some. All right. So what do you want to do with an MBA?
I just want a management position. I love everything about management, and the human resource side is what I really enjoy. So I'm going to get a concentration in human resource.
Awesome. So do you think your senior year went really well? Proud of your performance? I
am. I'm very pleased with it.
Just a reminder, Annalee Pierce finished 13th overall at the GSC Championships, while the Delta State Lady Statesman finished 7th overall. For Go Statesman TV, I'm Caroline George.